Aurora to live with them, deep in the woods, safe from Maleficent. The king and queen agreed. They watched with heavy hearts as the fairies hurried from the castle, carrying the baby princess. To guard their secret, the fairies disguised themselves as peasant women and changed Aurora's name to Briar Rose. The years passed quietly, and Briar Rose slowly grew into a beautiful young woman. At last, the princess reached her 16th birthday. Planning a surprise, the fairies sent her out to pick berries. Fauna baked a cake for her, while the others sewed her a new gown. In a mossy glen, Briar Rose danced and sang with her friends, the birds and the animals. She told them of her beautiful dream about meeting a tall, handsome stranger and falling in love. Then a young man came riding by. When he heard Briar Rose singing, he jumped from his horse and hid in the bushes to watch her. Then he reached out to take her hand. Briar Rose was startled.
I didn't mean to frighten you.
He said with a smile. But I feel as though we've met before. Briar Rose felt very happy. She and her admirer gazed into each other's eyes. The young man didn't know she was Princess Aurora, and she didn't know he was Prince Philip. Back at the cottage, the fairies gave Briar Rose her birthday surprises. Then Briar Rose told them that she had fallen in love.
Impossible!
They cried. They told her the truth at last, that she was a royal princess betrothed at birth to a prince, and it was time for her to return home. So poor Aurora was led away, still wishing for her handsome stranger. Maleficent's raven, perched on the chimney of the cottage, had heard everything. It flew off to warn Maleficent that the princess was finally coming home. Maleficent sped to the castle. Using her eagle powers, she lured Aurora to a high tower. There, a spinning wheel suddenly appeared. Touch the spindle,
Touch the spindle.
urged Maleficent. Touch it, I say.
Touch it.
The three good fairies rushed to the rescue, but they were too late. Aurora had touched the sharp spindle and instantly fallen into a deep sleep. Maleficent's curse had come true. Now with a harsh laugh, the evil fairy vanished. The good fairies wept. Poor King Stephen and the Queen, said Fauna.
Poor Queen Stephen and the king.
They'll be heartbroken when they find out.
They'll be heartbroken when they find out. They won't.
We'll put them all to sleep
We'll put them all to sleep
until the princess awakens.
until the princess awakens.
So the three fairies flew around, casting a dreamlike spell over everyone in the castle. Meanwhile, Maleficent had captured Philip and chained him deep in her dungeon. But the good fairies had other plans for him. They magically melted his chains. They armed him with the shield of virtue and the sword of truth. Then they sent him racing to the castle to awaken the princess. Maleficent tried to stop Philip from escaping. She hurled heavy boulders at him, but the brave prince rode on. When he reached Aurora's castle, Maleficent caused a forest of thorns to grow all around it. Philip hacked the thorns aside with his powerful sword. In a rage, the evil fairy soared to the top of the highest tower. There she changed into a monstrous dragon. Now you shall all deal with me
Now you shall all deal with me
and all powers of evil.
and all the powers of
Maleficent breathed huge waves of fire. Philip ducked behind a strong shield. Thunder cracked, flames roared around him. The prince fought bravely. Guided by the good fairies, he flung his magic sword straight as an arrow. It buried itself deep in the dragon's evil heart. Maleficent was no more. Philip raced to the tower where his love lay sleeping. He gently kissed her. Aurora's eyes slowly opened. Now everyone awoke. The king